Buonasera, buonasera. Oggi forse, eccoci qua, forse, non lo so, finale di Yakuza. Di solito quando lo si scrive poi la sfiga vuole che non sia così. No, dico non so perché dovremmo essere capitolo 14, circa metà. Abbiamo appena sconfitto, voi sapete chi. In teoria ci rimangono due minacce, il tizio Ishioda, il capitano luogotenente, il tizio che onestamente non mi fa impazzire come antagonista, e il governatore.
いいタイミングで来たな。
そう
その人に頼まれていたんだ。偉人帳でいずれ起きるはずのことを事前に調べたいと。
Ok.
起きるはずのこと？
ああ、そのために青木亮にまつわる連中を見つけてほしいとね。必ず何か異変があるはずだと。
で、見つかったんだな。
ああ、システムのフル稼働にはまだほど遠いが、探し物が限定されていれば網を張ることくらいはできるさ。
探し物って？
殺し屋だよ。偉人帳の外から入ってくる殺し屋の顔を探していた。
殺し屋が偉人帳？なんで？清流会の会長を殺した犯人は
Ok, e questo dovevamo.
そしてその命令は青木亮が下
Ok, devo spostare il mouse, scusa.
していた。その
Ma allora
警察に逮捕されたとあっちゃ青木にとって生きているだけで目障りな存在だ。いくら警察に黙秘を続けているとしても沢城の頭が目障りだから、その殺し屋を使って殺そうってのか。青木亮ならそれをやりかねない。
Sì, non si ferma davanti, non ha scrupoli. Per una volta capisco che per voi giapponesi sia una cosa strana, ma non ha scrupoli, non si fa scrupoli.
殺し屋探すついでにどうせ俺のことも調べたんだ。
まあな、さすがは伝説の竜と呼ばれる。
余計な話は後だ。だがさすが情報通のコミジュルだな。よく探してくれた。
まあな、野暮な話をしてしまったから。じゃあ本題に入ろう。
ここどこだ？
スナック街の裏手、ここからだと川向こうだ。
Ok.
5時間前の映像にいつか見た顔が映っていた。蝶は知っているはずだ。
俺も知ってる？
オウムの下っ端たちだ。ただし真ん中にいる男は彼らの客。
Zeng?
トランクを下げたスーツのやつ
Non
だ。
penso, dai.
カメラ切り替えろ。
Buonasera, buonasera.
ああ、
E chi è?
知ってる顔だわ。ミラーフェイスね。
Mira face.
ミラーフェイス？
何？有名人？
ああ、有名な殺し屋さん。
こいつは殺しの後、現場を事故や自殺に完璧に偽装するんだよ。大っぴらにしたくない殺しの時に呼ばれる男さ。変装も得意で、どんなとこにも目立たずに溶け込める。まさにプロ中のプロだね。
Quindi dobbiamo far fuori anche lui prima degli altri, ok.
そんなのを青木亮が雇ったのか。沢城を狙って。でもどうやって？
ああ、沢城は今留置所だ。それを仕留めるには警官にでもなりすま
Ha
して
senso?
潜り込むしかない。
そんな変装、奴なら朝飯前だね。楽勝じゃない？
若はまだ知らねえんだよ。沢城の頭が自分の本当
Ah,
の
già è
父
vero,
親だ
perché
ってこと
quindi...
教えねえと。
教えたところで
Sì, infatti non credo che gliene fregherebbe molto, visto che ha già fatto ammazzare il suo padre. Cioè quello che riteneva essere suo
仮に知
padre.
っていたとしても、青木亮なら邪魔者は全て切り捨てる。 今までの行動を見ているとそんな気がするね。
沢城の頭を消す、それが若の次の一手。本当に間違いねえのか。
Anzi, credo che si incazzerebbe ancora di più.
よく考えろと言ったはずだ。この状況を全て踏まえて、俺がやはり間違いだったと言や、お前は見過ごすな。俺はお前がそんな男じゃねえと思ってるがな。
分かった。
Non illudermi, gioco, non illudermi.
もうちょい手伝ってくれるのか。あんたがいればめちゃ
No,
心
non,
強い。
non lo farà. Beh, parti sicuramente no. Forse per st'amico. Neanche.
え、
春日、俺に許されてんのはここまでだ。これ以上俺が手を出すのは契約違反だと。
Perché non sei più protagonista dopo 6 giochi, ti capisco.
釘を刺されてる。誰から。
フィクサーの残党たちさ。
フィクサー。それって誰だよ。
すべて教えてやったらどうだ。
春日、人間ってのはみんな大事なもんを背負って生きてる。
Però come per st'amico ogni tanto.
ああ、
俺はてめえの大事なもんと引き換えに無であること
Lo so, c'ero anch'io caso. Anch'io, mi ricordo bene.
本来この世にいねえはずの人間
Abbiamo speso i lacrimoni,
だ
lo
か
so.
ら俺が手出しをすることも俺の素性を明かすこともやっちまったら無とは言えなくなる。
Se mi facessi vedere non potrei più dire se è sparito. Ha senso.
俺と拳を交えて何を感じた。
そりゃそのマジで強えって本物だと思ったよ。
ありがとうよ。俺もお前という人間がよく分かった。今はまだまだだが、いずれは本物になれる男だと思ったぜ。あの喧嘩は勝ち負けを決めるためにやったんじゃねえ。互いに信じられるかどうか。
Ah, giusto, per capirmi se se posso fidarmi di qualcuno devo prenderlo a pugni.
俺を信じろ。そしてお前が信じた仲間をずっと信じて前に進め。それがお前が本物になるための道だ。じゃあな、頼んだぜ。
Però ripeto, come per st'amico, segreto, no?
ソンヒ、なんかあの人のこと知ってる風だったよね。フィクサーの残党がどうのとかって。
Ma adesso li ricordi? Davvero.
あの男が言ってた通りさ。死んだはずの生きているわけがない人間だよ。だから私たちも何も見ていない。このことを誰に言う必要もない。それでいいじゃないか。
それでいいと思う。
物分かりいいね。らしくないって気もするけど。
そうか。でもあの男が言ってたことを守って信じることで前に行ける気がすんだよ。
さすがだね、あの男。
総帥、例の場所に動きが。今現在の映像です。ミラーフェイスのいるビルにタクシーが。
こいつって石尾田だ。沢城の頭はこいつが。
Hey Frick, thanks for the host and for stopping by. I'm using my microphone for the moment because there are helicopters circling around my area for some reason and they're noisy as hell. How are things?
やつさんを殺したって。
こりゃ確定だろう。青木亮がこいつらを動かしてまた誰かを殺そうとしてる。その標的はやっぱり沢城の可能性が高い。
I think you can hear that. Now they're not so noisy as they were before. There's sounds like there's more than one actually. Like, unless there's some kind of fire going on, and there are those kind of helicopters with a. Well, those are planes actually. Usually, they are ambulance, like when there are some serious cases that need to be transported to the hospital immediately. Anyway. Right. Now.
もし警察署に戻り込む気ならやるのは夜だろう。
I am super tired. I have slept like
奴らが動くのは今夜ってこと？
roughly 3 hours and a half tonight.
早ければ早いほどいい。私が青木
Possibly less than that.
でも若たちにはもう
I
何もやらせ
wanted
やし
to do a stream today after work, but I moved that to tomorrow because
絶対にやらせ
after work I just
孫百
crashed
様は
into
モニタ
bed.
ーで見張っててくれ。俺らはこれから石尾団とこに行く。偉人町から反撃開始と行こうや。
Actually, I forgot. Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, it's on already. To proceed with that old game. If I found that texture pack that Victor was mentioning works, it actually looks quite good. But I'll do that tomorrow. It's not a big deal actually. Tomorrow it will be fine because Wednesday, I mean January 6th, is bank holiday here in Italy, so even if I'm tired, it won't be an issue because I will sleep as much as I want the next morning or the morning after. So let's think about things. We have done pretty much everything we could except for what we didn't do, which makes a surprisingly big amount of sense. We did what we did, and the only things we didn't do are the things we didn't do. But we did 43 side quests out of 52, and unfortunately I have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to do to unlock the other ones. I've also pretty much, I don't know, I really have no idea. I know I have like some mini games that I haven't done completely. I have many what are they called? Many turning missions that I haven't done. I just wish the game would just, tell me, in order to unlock this, you have to, even in a very broad way, like you have to complete a mini game. Don't tell me which one, but pinpoint me a little. Because right now, since the map isn't giving me any kind of suggestion, according to the map, I only have the story mission to do. I'll just go and do the story mission. And we are almost at the end of the game, and I want to speed it up because Goal, who was watching this game as I was playing it, will not be here for the final streams because he bought the game too, so he decided, because he liked it a lot, which was very cool for me because if I'm playing a game that someone doesn't know and they like it because of, well, not necessarily because of how I'm playing it, but just, because I'm playing a good game, I'm happy. But the downside, if I can call it like that, is that obviously he doesn't want to be spoiled, of all these last twists, so he decided not to follow it anymore. Okay, they're both on the 5th floor. Because for some reason, we Italians are weird. We don't start counting from the 1st floor. I mean, the 1st floor for us is called ground floor. And then after the ground floor, you get up the stairs and you have the 1st floor in Italian. Don't ask me why. I was actually talking about this with a friend who lives in Japan, and in Japan it's like in the US, and I guess also in France they have ground floor and second and then 1st floor. But we were saying, I mean, even if you call it ground floor, you know, it's still the 1st floor, so it should be like ground floor, 2nd floor. And instead, so when if the dialogue literally said 4 floors, so it means it's on the 5th because it's ground, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Unless it translated it wrong, which could also be a possibility. I mean, these are like the this is not an issue of translation, it's more an issue of localization, because you have to be aware of this difference. If you don't know it, you see 4th floor, you just write the equivalent of, I mean, 4th floor in Italian, and do we really need to? I mean, I think we've proved time and time again that these mooks, to use a term I love, are no match for us. I mean, we just beat the crap out of many Yakuza officials, so why would we... I really doubt I'm going to be able to finish this today, because I'll be here for only 2 hours. Definitely not. I will not go over time today because I'm tired. And this game is like, I think there's going to be like 2 hours of cutscenes just for the end, so... For some reason, I mean, I say this every time, you know, in these games, levels are supposed to be an indicator of the general power of an enemy you face compared to yours. I mean, if you're facing an enemy who is, like this case, 11 levels below your level, under your level, 11 levels below, he's supposed to be very easy to defeat. And for some reason they're putting these enemies who have tons of health, that not even enemies 10 levels over them have. But I don't know that what's the reasoning. Well, at least they gave us a nice chunk of experience. Did you stream today by chance? I have this fuzzy memory of seeing your notification, but hours after. I mean, I watched my phone like 1 hour ago. Oh, an indoor dungeon, I love those. Except for the fact that you cannot save, which I hate. Damn you, cat. I mean, damn you, really? Which in Italian is actually more formal. It's like, may you be damned. Like, okay. May you be damned. I mean, we're just doing fisticuffs. That's not like we're... Well, we're in Japan, so I guess that even like a robber in the street would say something like that before robbing you, but... Just pretty much going through the motions right now because I don't want to waste my tech points on those, except for the first attacks. Because being over leveled means that you don't level up, because it takes way more experience to level up at higher levels. So you don't really recover your spent points unless you use items. But I think we were right already. So let's get ready for 20 minutes of cutscenes and the two people telling.
コミジュルの雲の糸
What
は
did they
今
answer
もまだ
me?
方々に張り巡らされています。糸の粘り強さが売りなんですよ、うちは。昔っからね。おやっさんを殺したのはお前なのか。
いやちゃうな。荒川を殺したんは極道の掟いうもんや。裏切り者がのうのうと生きていけるほどこの世界は甘ないんやで。
Uh-huh.
なんだと。
Is there a way to translate emails?
おい、てめえ。
What the?
なんだ。
Oh, it's just us.
二人。
ってことはつまり
は？つまりなんだよ。
一人はミラーフェイスだ。
This is going to be like one of those situations that both are trying to convince you that they're the real one, and you have to understand who is the real one by asking them something only they would know.
ふざけやがって。いや、そっちこそふざけんな。
That's kind of funny. I mean, completely clashing with the atmosphere, but I like that. I mean, it's a bit of comic relief that I don't mind.
さすが噂のミラーフェイスや。金取るだけあるわ。
ならこいつはどうだ。足立さん、道路交通法だ。全部で何条ある？
130条くらい。132条常識だ。
あ、こっちが本物？
じゃあその第一条は何だった？
知るかバカ野郎。んなもん覚えてるわけねえだろ。
じゃあこちらの方、続きどうぞ。
この法律は道路における危険を防止し、その他交通の安全と円滑を図り、および道路の交通に起因する。
やっぱり本物はこっちね。
オーケー、よくわかった。
そっち行く？
くそ、公僕がいい加減な仕事しやがって。
偽の足立さんに沢城の頭を殺させようとしたわけか。胸くそ悪いって考えやがる。
I like the fact that the
こいつはてめえのアイデアだな。
the chubby one, the chubby character we have in our party is like an ex, let's say DMV employee or traffic police, something like that. And the protagonist asked both of them to recite like the first part of the traffic code or something like that. And one said, "How the hell can I remember that?" And the other one started reciting it, and we punched the one that actually recited it. We were like, "There's no way you would remember that. A real friend would remember that."
おいおい、あんまり熱くなるなよ。お前はそうなると。
ああ、分かってるよ。それはこの前ドラゴンに教えられて。
ドラゴン？
なんでもね。石尾田は何をし
Okay,
てたか
no,
わからない。
because I saw,
集中しろ
like,
よ。
I looked at my phone like 2 hours ago after an entire day, because today was hell. Don't worry, man. I appreciate your tired and distracted presence, as always. Today was hell. This morning was hell because we had a very big and prolonged internet outage here in pretty much the whole of northern and central Italy for one carrier, or ISP, I mean, which is ironically the biggest ISP of Italy. So, and I couldn't work, my mother in the office couldn't work, many other companies couldn't work, luckily I had my father's phone, and I set up a Wi-Fi hotspot, and luckily twice I had bought a like Wi-Fi dongle the other day, so I just put it into the USB port of it on my desktop. I got feeling for some chick I've been messaging already, but we're not really compatible. I mean, has this been going on for some time, or is this like a new budding thing, like love at first sight, or well, first message, I guess, in this case. Less than a week. So how can you say you're not compatible? I mean, it takes time. Pretty much every situation is different, I think. There have been cases where I had to message with some people more than many months before I realized that they were interesting. You just stalker back. I stalker past Reddit. Oh, freak! You know these are not nice things to do. Like look who's talking. And she made a comment about putting clothes bags on a guy's ball, and I'm not into that. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. That might be uncomfortable. I mean, for you, I don't think it would be for her. Yeah. Well, maybe it's just, we all have our kinks. Maybe this doesn't necessarily mean she would do it to you often, ever. I mean, is she local? Is she 1,500 kilometers away from you? Is she 10,000 kilometers away from you approximately? Because I have experience in all those cases, so that's just asking. She's from Canada. Okay, so we could say that. Oh, I see your point. All the same, I don't think. I mean, if she also is into you, I mean, metaphorically, I would try and explore this further. I mean, maybe she would find someone who enjoys that, but the rest of him will be like a mess. Into me? I'm not doing it again. Yeah, that's why I said metaphorically. I mean, well, since she's from Canada, I would suggest that the risk of getting clothes bags on your family jewels isn't that high at the moment. I mean, at the very least until the COVID situation is solved, and that won't be for a very long time. Sorry. So why not just pursue this in a very what's the word? There's a specific word I like for this case. It's very not unshaded. Like with a very clear mind, without your judgment being clouded by what could happen, what might happen, what you hope could happen, and all that stuff. I forgot the word though. Or you could just, just stay as friends. There's nothing wrong with that, unless it becomes too much for one of you to just to be just friends, which can happen. Oh, it counterattacks, that's why. Just today, I actually found and rewatched a ton of YouTube videos I made for my ex-crush, and I can tell you those were like the cringiest stuff. I literally could not watch some of those, just by how cringy they were. The zenith of this was probably a Minecraft tour of my Minecraft house. She was also a nerd, so it wasn't as cringy as it could have been. That was really something else. Like, I mean, many times in this story I wondered how could I not reach third base with her. Then I see that video and I say, maybe that's why. Then again, she was a nerd and she did enjoy those videos, so I don't know. Imagine someone watching my Yakuza Let's Play 3 years from now and hearing the stories. Chicken Ticket Tattoo. I don't know if we're going to keep doing that with her because we had a misunderstanding of sorts. Still don't really understand what kind of misunderstanding, but I guess we did. So that's not going to happen. Well, she wasn't in Italy anyway, so we wouldn't have hooked up for a very long time, I guess. Could you, that would have been way better, I think. No, it's just that she was kind of, you know, like I said, I don't really get it myself, right? I mean, even now. She was kind of expecting me to, I don't know, that's the way I saw that, because, I mean, we met on this language exchange site, I mean, where people, the nice people are just looking for people living in countries they're interested in and who speak the languages they might be willing to learn. I mean, nothing stops you from looking for other things as well, but that's pretty much what it's for. And she we basically like as you know, we basically agreed to talk just to practice a little bit of Italian, because her intention was, still is probably, to come study to Italy. But there are a few hurdles because it's quite complicated, especially if you are from a country who doesn't have a course of studies, of high school studies, that is equal to that of Italy. I mean, there's lots of paperwork. You may have to do some additional years somewhere, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can do what you want. I mean, there are some people that write, don't ask me to help you with languages because I'm not able to, or something like that. I mean, no one forces you to. And we spoke twice. I mean, once that day that I told you about her, and another time a few days later. And by the way, not that it matters because I have my own stuff to do, but more than once we agreed on a day and she didn't show up. Again, I don't really care because it's not like I'm here or I'm like somewhere outside waiting for her, but still, I have my own stuff to do. So if you're here, good. If you're not, I do other stuff. Yeah, but like I said, it would be worse if we actually agreed to meet someone somewhere physical, and you didn't show up. If I'm here, like if you tell me I'm going to stream at 7, I'm like, okay, I'm here at 7 and you don't show up. I mean, I was going to say I don't care. It's not like I don't care, but if you're not here, I do something else. It's not a big deal. In terms of the usage of my time, let's put it like that. But still, that was something I didn't appreciate a lot, but like I said, I didn't really pay much attention to that. And she was like, I am A2 level in Italian, which is it's not the lowest one, which pretty much means kindergarten level, but the one slightly above that. So I was like, okay, I found a test for the A2 level. You can do that, and next time we speak, you can give me your answers, or even before we speak, you can write me your answers, and next time we speak, we can see what you got right, what you got wrong, and she said, but this is very basic level. I need more. I need books. I need documents. And like you say, it's basic. I've heard you speak Italian. I've heard the questions you asked me the first time we spoke, and those are not the questions of someone who is more than A2 level. Sorry, because if you don't know how to write the verbs to be and to have, and how to pronounce them, I hardly think that's a high level of language knowledge. I mean, if I didn't know how to say I was in English, I could hardly say I am proficient in English. So then I gave her like a document I had prepared for another person a couple years ago who was pretty much in the same situation. Of course, I changed some stuff around, like I removed names and adapted it to her, but it was still. And she was like, and it was like a very detailed document, like a very nice introduction to the language, with all the pronunciations and some of the first things you need to learn by heart because there's no other way for a few things in Italian. And again, she was like, "Oh, but this is very basic." And then she was like, "If you have books, you can tell me. Just if you don't have any books, you can give me. Just tell me." And it was like, I don't know. I guess there could be a possibility. I have no idea. But I was helping her with finding the actual university course she had found. Because at first we couldn't find it on the site of the university she said she had visited. And I even wrote to the university on her behalf. They didn't answer, but still I did write. And no, I mean, I don't mind. It's not like I had any kind of, expectations of it. But like, I don't know where she got the idea that I was like this super teacher. I mean, I am a translator. I can't teach you the rules of my language, but I also I pretty much didn't care at all what was going on in this super important boss battle. I just pretty much killed both of them like that. And I was like, okay, listen, I don't have any books because I am not a foreigner. I don't need to have books teaching Italian, so to learn Italian. So I cannot give you books to learn Italian. What I can give you is what I gave you and other stuff that would have come afterwards. But if I don't know your level, because I spoke with you once, you can tell me you're at a more advanced level than that. But if I don't hear you speak, and the only time I speak Italian during the whole call, you're like, speak slower because I can't understand. You'd forgive me for having a few doubts about that, you know. But then again, I told her, listen, I don't have any books because I'm not a teacher. I am someone who can help you. I am somebody with a translator's degree who can help you practice speaking. I mean, I would have put my time pretty much speaking about nothing just to practice the language. And if you want that, I'm available. If you want to speak, I'm here. If for whatever else you're looking for, which I still haven't understood to this day, but probably I'm not the person you're looking for. Oh, really? So he didn't kill him. So who the hell killed him? No, un altro twistone no. So we spent the whole last 2 chapters thinking the main villain had killed him. Our... And then they told her, no, it's been this guy. But no, now this guy told us, no, it's not us. So who killed him?
この間の蒼天堀であんたの真意が極道の解体やと分かった時わしゃ震えましたわ
The boxer?
王城界の裏切り者としてのおめえもその目的のために
That's even less interesting from a narration point of view that the one guy we just punched.
俺や私の側についてくれなきゃどうなってたかわからねえ。それぐらいギリギリのとこだった。下手すりゃ解散届は握りつぶされて。
And I think Mirai was thinking we had only the final boss left. No, now we have to find this guy too and punch the hell out of him. It did seem strange that the time we were supposed to beat the crap out of him, we didn't.
あんなおもろい喧嘩ができるのは後にも先にもこの一度きりやと思ったんです。
Still, kind of lame.
そうですやろ。
I mean, it's a Japanese game. I was expecting like someone from our party to be the actual killer or something like that.
それほどでもありまへん。
けど、あんたはこれからどうする気だ？
カムロ町に戻って青木亮にありのまま報告します。
Or maybe this is just a ruse and there's someone, even someone else who's the actual killer.
心配なく。
なんや、裏切り者が2人揃うてからに。どうします？なんならどっちでもいけます。どっちも狙えるんか。せやったら天道ごとここで始末したんか。それがご指示言うんでしたらやります親父。おっしゃる通りに従いますわ。まずは荒川や。一発で決めるんやで。まず荒川からでんな。どないした？それが。踊れろ。
石尾だ。踊れは勢いだけで考えなしやさかい。
Is this weird?
2手3手先まで手に取るように見えてまう。
Okay, so they noticed the killers, but then something must have happened. Like the boxer probably.
もう近江も東上界もねえんだ。極道が極道でいられた時代は終わろうとしてる。
The boxer betrayed him. That's the only explanation, unless someone else from nowhere actually came, but I should stop plugging in and plugging this because I'm probably going to break it very soon if I keep doing this.
実際蒼天堀の近江は半分に減らされてまんまと
Commando
潰
2
されてもうた。
high possibly. Yeah.
けどおもろいもんや。
Yeah, but anyway, I still have another crush at the moment, so I wouldn't have considered her to be a crush anyway. Until my current crush either. Yeah. And now instead of killing him, he kills the captain. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Called it. I mean, that was the only explanation, really. Bar someone coming from nowhere.
じゃあおやっさんを撃ったのは石尾田じゃなくて天道。
Finally.
天道は今どこにいる？
Ouch. Things are going to
やっぱりしくじりよったか。
get explosive.
石尾田は仕事
That
は
works in Italian. I don't know if that works in English too as an expression.
見張っといて正解やったな。
Well, that's early.
どうしますか。
ほな。
Okay, but he is here with the main villain, so we can get them both.
了解しました。
I think this is the end of chapter 14. And so the final chapter will start. I think. By rights, we should all be dead. Unless something like he told us there was a bomb. And we actually escaped. I'm going to cry. Ah! No, right, still. Crap, I should have saved before fighting. No crying, no. Thanks on your balls. Oh, but this would be tears of joy. Like, this guy we just unlocked as a punching body or whatever they're called in English, I don't know. He has been the protagonist of this series for the past 6 games and more, probably. So we met him and we fought him and we, well, in pure Japanese style, in the battle we beat the crap out of him. Then as soon as the battle ended, he was like, "Oh, I was just, you know, testing you. You did nothing," which is something I absolutely hate. I mean, if I were Prime Minister of Japan, I mean, even more important than the COVID situation, I would write a law that says if I beat you in a battle in a video game, I actually beat you. In the cutscene afterwards, the only thing you can do is die or submit to me. That's the most pressing issue of Japanese culture right now, the way I see it. And basically, when we beat him, we were like, "Come with us," and he was like, "No, I cannot go any further. I do not exist anymore." And this was like a symbolical, as the chapter title said. I don't know how to say that in English. When in the Olympics, you run with the baton and you pass the baton. Possibly it's the actual expression. Passing the baton to the new protagonist, which is this Afro guy. And I was like, you could at least stay as a punching body, and he didn't, and now he did. So I was like, later, I make a law that all the cute girls send me. You know, the irony is that if such a law were passed, they wouldn't protest. But unfortunately, the role of women in Japanese society is still quite subdued. I mean, I was talking with this friend of mine who lives in Japan, and we are saying that when a woman is molested, like on a train, this is something very common in Japan. No one bats an eye, and the woman herself doesn't protest. Because she feels ashamed and then she doesn't protest. That's fucked up. I mean, because they have this culture of, I mean, shame plays an incredibly big part in their culture. Like, jokes aside, you're a foreigner. I don't know how they would take that. They might take that differently. But with relative impunity. I mean, this friend of mine says she was molested, and she actually ran after her molester, and if a friend hadn't been with her, she would have beaten the crap out of him. But that's because she's foreigner, and no one expects that. Not even the molester expects, you know, women to react. But then they went to the police, and the police basically did nothing. This is weirdly similar to what would happen in Italy, actually. Yeah, that's something I love the police. Usually when there's some controversy between the police and someone, by default I start with the police, then I look at the facts. But really, sometimes I wish they... It's not their fault. I mean, like in Italy, I don't know, well, surely it's not like that in the US, but I don't know about the UK. In Italy, they cannot do any... I mean, even if they see a thief or something, they cannot even shoot. They pretty much, the only time they're allowed to shoot somebody if the shooter is actually already shooting at them. That's the only time they're actually allowed to even react. And even then, if they kill him or cause some permanent damage, they might get like sued. And I mean, really? And by consequence, they don't always react. They don't arrest people. There's a nice story I will tell you. My father is an acquaintance with one of the local police or gendarmerie. We call them carabinieri. They pretty much have the same function as the police, except that they're officially part of the army, whereas the police is not. But they do the same thing. They do traffic checks, they arrest people, they intervene and stuff like that. Due to the fact that we organize what we call neighbor control, which is pretty much a warning for wrongdoers that neighbors are looking after themselves. No, our police do carry guns. The only police who do not carry guns are traffic agents, pretty much, or who nowadays are called local police or town police, but in effect are pretty much only have traffic duties. I mean, if they see a robbery, they will call the actual police. They will not intervene. Also because they're not armed. As far as I know. I might be getting this wrong. But anyway, we are acquainted with this local police officer, and he told us that there was, I remembered actually the news, there was a car chase around our area, which is something very rare. I mean, it almost never happens here. It's something we hear in like the US programs. And after a while, they managed to catch the car, but like they only caught one of the four guys that basically the guys abandoned the car near some woods and they all left, and the police were able only to catch one of them. First of all, at the trial, he said, "Oh, they were my friends. They didn't tell me they were going to rob like a bank and stuff, and they just told me we were going to, to go around somewhere. This is reason enough for me to shoot you in the forehead." but that's me. Like in the courtroom. Like I am the judge, I hear you saying something like that, I take out my gun, which I don't have as a judge, but anyway, and I shoot you. That's it. And all he did, the judge, was pretty much force him to we have something called mandatory signature, which is something that basically every day or every few days, I don't know the details, you have to go to the police station and sign. I'm like, really? And this local police officer said that another time they arrested somebody, they brought him into like, I don't know if it was like the police main, station, something like that. They went somewhere else, still related to the police, to file all the documents, the papers, because that's a mess. They came back towards the police station and they saw the guy they had arrested walking away scot-free, and he waved at them. And when you see those scenes, I can understand that they are like, I mean, I'm not even going to bother anymore. If that's where my effort goes, I mean, who cares? Do whatever you want. I understand that. Yeah, exactly. Like, and we have to fight with tooth and nails to get a sort of self-defense law gets officialized. Because right now, and even with this new law, if a thief enters your house, you cannot do anything to him. You're supposed to call the cops. And that would be cool if there were a cop outside every house in Italy. But if we call the cops, it may very well take 30 minutes for them to come at our house. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to tell the thief, could you please wait like 30 minutes, around 30 minutes? I'll make some tea. We can chat so the cops can come. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. And if you dare with a legally owned weapon shoot at the thief, if you kill him, you go to jail. If you maim him, you spend the rest of your life paying damages. And this was told to my father personally from a police officer, not from a police officer in charge of a group of policemen of a town or a province, I don't remember. This was told to my father by a police officer. If you should ever kill a thief who enters your house, if this should ever happen, dig a hole in your garden, throw the body in the hole, cover it up, plant a nice tree over it, forget about it. No one is going to look for him. Don't say anything. A police officer told us this, to tell you how things are in Italy. Because he said, no matter how right you think you are, no matter all the laws that are being passed very slowly, nothing will, I mean, you will always have to pay something or face some charges, and that's fucked up. I mean, you enter my house at night, you're not leaving my house. I don't care if you're armed or not.
呼び方を気にさせてしまったか。じゃあまあこれまで通り知事にしとこう。短くて呼びやすいしね。
But anyway,
気遣いさせてしまった。
my shoulders.
とんでもあ りません。
Are you flirting with her? Looks like he was flirting with her. I mean, I'm not a violent person, but I do like my order.
Mo chiron tasu kite imasu. Hiruからずっと知事の応援演説を待ち構えておいでで。
Well, you know, I was talking with with a friend of mine, and even though we have different opinions, he is the same guy. I was talking to him about the other day. There's a theory called the social contract, that we all live in a society and we have this unwritten social contract rules of living together. Someone who enters your house with the purpose of robbing, someone who kills, someone who kills not in self-defense but just to kill, someone who rapes, someone who,
知事に限って
I
そ
know,
んな。
is a pedophile, breaks the social contract. So I don't think the same rules should apply to him or her.
知事
Like someone who rapes also has a right to a fair trial as everybody else. No, I disagree. Someone who rapes is no longer a person for what it's the way I see it. So he doesn't have the right of a person.
お題目で語ることしかできなかった連中と違って実際に成し遂げる人間になるとい
Why
う
do I say someone who rapes? There's a word for that,
そし
rapist.
て今の私には
それだけの力が終わりになる。
But, I mean, this is never going
正しいこ
to
とです。
happen, so
先
it's
生、
kind of pointless to discuss about this
みんな
anyway.
そうです。全くズルをしていない人間なんて多分
You're flirting with her,
世界
come
の
on.
どこにもいません。
Well, of course I'm talking about extreme cases like
そして
being
それを
caught,
実現する以上、場合によっては
I don't know the word in English, and we say in flagrante, which I think is also blatant,
それは
possibly.
歴史も証
Like,
明している
if
こと
there's a
です。
video showing that you're raping somebody, or like,
君
すみません。私、出しゃばったことを。
yeah, caught balls deep, literally.
いいんだありがとう頑張るよさあそろそろ演説の時間だ
知事が目指す
Or like if someone breaks into your house at night.
国民にしてあげてください。
That's enough for me.
あそうしよう
I guess it might be someone wanted to do this, to organize a surprise for you, but if people know that something like that could happen, they wouldn't organize surprises that way. People were actually saying, "Oh, if this new law with in favor of self-defense is passed, it will be abused by people who will invite, people they disagree with at their place and then shoot them, claiming they came uninvited." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" All right, don't worry. I'll just trudge along with the story for, I guess, one more hour. Have a good night's sleep, and I will see you next time.
ありがとうございますありがとうございます皆様からの熱いご支援の声深く感謝申し上げます
Io in diretta.
カムロ町の皆さん突然失礼いたします
Ma pensavo fosse Namba. Ah, perché c'è rotto?
神奈川2区で立候補しております春日一番と申します
Ma scusa, ma che c'è? Ah, credeva fosse morto.
陣長で行方不明だの爆死しただの言われておりますがこうして青木先生へご挨拶に参上いたしました
E nessuno si accorge. Ma va, quanto giapponese sta cosa. Bellissimo però, bellissimo, l'ho apprezzato tantissimo. Se ci picchiamo qua, guarda, il gioco della vita. Dubito, temo, però starebbe meraviglioso.
さあ皆さん春日一番生きております後ろの皆さん見えますか幽霊じゃありませんよどんどん写真
Yurei.
でも撮ってやってください
Fantasma.
正真正銘
Sensei.
今日はただただその尊敬する青木先生に握手をさせていただきたく神奈川に
Adesso usiamo Aoki per dire dov'è Tendo che ha ammazzato mio padre.
というわけで皆さんほんの少しだけ
Sì, tempo di pestarlo a sangue e poi ve lo ridò. E lui non può fare niente perché sa che non può fare niente. Sarebbe bellissimo se tipo avessi uno di quegli scherzi. Scherzi tipo che ti danno la scossa. Sarebbe bellissimo anche quello, ma non credo.
いいだろう。大丈夫だ。
Lui è qui chi? No, me la stringi sta cazzo di mano. Oh, bravo.
あんたは沢城の頭におやっさんを殺すよう指示を出した。男気はなしですよ。頭本人からそう。
Sì, ma dobbiamo veramente dirglielo. Cioè, digli che era suo padre. Vediamo come la prende.
で、実はその指示をしてる声を録音したデータがミレニアムタワーの荒川組事務所にあると頭から
Interessante.
聞きました。明日、俺らは投票が終わるまでにそ
E
い
ci
つをいた
pesteremo
だき
sangue
に
in cima alla torre che è una...
そしてネットに流して殺に
Ah, pensavo loro due, dicevo. Perché lui dovrebbe...
あんた破滅することになりますね。わかる。
本当にそんなものがあるならわざわざ俺に予告する必要はない。
Bella risposta.
何のハったりだ。
そう思うならそれでも結構ですよ。
Ma digli tutto, non digli solo ste... Vabbè che...
お
effettivamente...
やっさんは最後まで若のことをずっと気にかけてました。沢城の頭も同じです。でもそれがあだになり。
Tu zitto, Kasuga, perché hai dovuto farti pestare da Kirio prima di tornare in te.
てめえだけは何やっても許される存在だってな。でもそりゃ。
Kasuga non vende la pelle dell'orso prima.
やはり選挙というものは魔物です。何が起きるかわかりませんね。春日候補からの素晴らしい宣戦布告でした。正々堂々とはちょっと言いにくいところではありますが。
よう、ニック。俺のテレビ映りどうだったい？バッチリかましてき
In
て。
tutta la banfata.
ネットでも大盛り上がりだよ一番。ただね、あいにく君に好意的な声は少ないんだよ。
だろうよ。若と並んでるときは俺いつだって悪役なんでね。そんなの気にならないよ。
ずいぶんご機嫌ね。
なあ、青木亮の
Sì, ma vabbè.
上だったからな。計画通りだ。
オーケーオーケー。こっちはさっき場所を変えたよ。君らもカムロ町にアジトが必要だろ。チャンピオン街のスナックアテンシって店だ。そこのママとはちょっといい仲なんだよね。
アテンシか。わかった。じゃあ俺らもそっちに向かう。
Però io comunque continuo a dire... E quindi? Cioè...
おい。
Ok, quindi abbiamo sbloccato l'ultimo... Abbiamo sbloccato l'ultimo dungeon segreto, cioè segreto, l'ultimo dungeon di allenamento prima del boss finale. E ci ha detto proprio il gioco stesso che prima del boss finale forse è il caso di fare. Quindi dove dovrebbe essere questo... Ah, qui siamo a Camoroccio. Ok. Camoroccio. Feeder Alley è qua, no? Sì, ma non vedo dov'è. Ah, qui, ok. Io spero... Ok, posso andare sia di qua che di là. Ok, va benissimo. Quindi posso andare dove cazzo voglio e fare quello che voglio prima della fine, ma... Allora, forse facciamo che... Vediamo com'è questo dungeon. Perché non credo proprio che in un'ora finiremo il gioco con i finali e le cutscene. Se fosse solo la battaglia, uno dice vabbè. Oh, qui mi aspetto tanta roba bella però, Ma dai, ma a livello 40, che tristezza. Cioè, livello 40 ma c'hanno un botto di vita. Come cazzo è sta cosa? Veramente non la capisco. Come cazzo hanno sbilanciato la vita dei nemici? Poi neanche tolgono, cioè, beh, giustamente. Però vedi, non mollano niente. Vabbè, è la prima battaglia, ok. Super guardone, molestatore. Quindi direi che possiamo dedicare quest'oretta a finire questo dungeon e fare qualche side che vogliamo finire. E poi la prossima volta ufficialmente bello lì, nuovo livellino di casting. La prossima volta finiamo proprio, andiamo alla parte finale. La prossima volta che sarà in teoria giovedì. Tipo già da questo mi aspetto comunque un po' di esperienza. Invece un cazzo. dai, è corto però. Sì, stiamo prendendo un po' di oggetti curativi perché per il resto lì dietro ci sarà una cassaforte. Infatti.
さてなめんなよくれ私が相手です俺の番だな行くぞ痛い目に合わせますよやってみろ私の番ですね
Il re dei ladri non ce l'avevo nessuno diverso effettivamente, quindi comunque a qualcosa è servito.
開けてみるか。やったぜ。
Teoria d'oro è per il job che però non stiamo facendo. E dopo cosa facciamo? Film? Effettivamente. Voi vi ho già tutti, credo perlomeno.
やってみろ
Cioè ci sarà anche un altro piano sicuramente però. Cioè non sto neanche quasi cagando il... Ah, attenzione. Che palle che blocca gli attacchi, vabbè che comunque le prende però. Ah, perché la sua difensiva, ok. Cure di 7, sta un sacco aumentando di cure, la cosa mi piace perché effettivamente è l'unica che cura, che purtroppo non abbiamo cure di gruppo noi, è una mancanza che facciamo un sacco male, ma dobbiamo sfruttare il fatto di essere overlivellati per non subire troppo, che non è chiaramente il massimo. Pensavo ci sarebbe stato un... Cioè no. Abbiamo già finito praticamente, manca una battaglia. Direi che allora dopo andiamo a farci qualche film, che almeno finiamo i film. Il pubblicizzatore, ma anche te ti conosco.
ほら来いよ。
避けられるかな。
来いよ。
痛い目に合わせますよ。
誰を呼ぶ。
Non lo posso usare adesso. Non ce la faccio. Non posso sprecarlo. Devo usarlo una volta sola lui, contro il boss finale. Non credo che... infatti. L'ha paralizzato molto.
外さないよ。復活だぞ。 私の番ですね。してみろ。私の番ですね。
Sì. Comunque niente di che, infatti nessuno è salito. Sì, potremmo continuare, ma francamente... Voglio tornare ai Gincio a fare il film. Qui non abbiamo sicuramente delle side quest per qualsivoglia motivo. Quindi... Però non è che tipo al poppo di Tenkaichi Street ci sono i fazzoletti. Host a tutti i costi, non so se ce l'abbiamo. Spariamo senza curarci del fatto che ci sono civili in giro. Estorsore non ce l'avevamo, ma l'host a tutti i costi sì invece. Mi sembra strano che non ci siano da comprare da nessuna parte. Demolito... Chi cazzo? Serio? Però ce l'avevamo. Non è che mi vende dei fazzoletti?
いらっしゃいませ。
No. Allora saranno in farmacia i fazzoletti. A questo punto torniamo col taxi ai Gincio, che tanto già ci dobbiamo andare. Posso dare qualcosa? Smartphone, taxi, Gincio. Ce l'avranno in farmacia i fazzoletti. Mi sembra strano che non ci abbia nessuno, porca miseria. Farmacia era qua. Farmacia welcome, quindi sì col cinema. Ah, dove dobbiamo andare? Ah! L'ho visto il soccorso. Adesso ci andiamo. Salve, la scelta più saggia. Scusate, permesso, prendete dei fazzoletti?
いらっしゃいませ。
Non vendete dei fazzoletti, ma porca miseria! Possiamo grindare?
いらっしゃいませ。 ありがとうござい
Perché
ます。
abbiamo la achievements, facciamo. Sì. Devo farlo altre 5-6 volte, mi sa. Stamina Royal cosa fa? 500-500, minchia. Ah,
ありがとうございます。
a lei.
ました。いらっしゃいませ。
Continui a darmi del profumo.
ありがとうございました。
A lei. Forse un'altra volta, forse due. Se mi prendo. Carattere forte. In realtà non credo serva a nulla se non a sbloccare alcune conversazioni, però è bello farlo. E allora qui ci saranno i fazzoletti. No, il chicken del so ci saranno. Ci saranno da mangiare. Allora andiamo al cinema. Facciamo vedere. Vediamo quanti film mancano, perché se non ne mancano molti. Dovremmo anche fare la side della gestione, che non ho voglia di fare però nella mia vita. Ah, tanto qui c'è anche Anna che mi dà i biscotti.
Oh?
Ma qui ci si poteva già entrare? Passaporto no. Eh, 4, 5 con questo.
Ah, どこにいるのだ。幼き頃に出会った彼女。私は出会った瞬間、彼女に心を奪われてしまったのだ。できることなら一目でいいから会いたい。会って話がしたい。それだけでいいのだ。
なんか急に眠気が。
Che ricordi di Worms, però il rumore il verso della peppa. Salto al primo tempo, wow. Lo buttano un gallo, sono sicuro che lo buttano. Invece, bastardi. Sapevo. Mamma mia. Bastardi, 3 galli.
今のはきつかったな。
Ma sono versi di pecora o di capra? Perché io in Worms sono della pecora, ma queste sono capre. Le capre non hanno... no. Dove sono le pecore che hanno un beh più profondo? Non mi ricordo. All'inizio pensavo assomigliassi soltanto all'amore perduto di mia sorella, un uomo per cui nutrivo ben poca avversione. Ma con mio sommo stupore eri proprio questo. E che sta qua infatti? Chi è chi?
やっぱ映画館って眠くなる。
Sta venendo noia solo leggere i dialoghi. Dai. Merda, bastardi. Devo guardare dove fossero. No? Porca miseria, quanti galli! Era un film tosto questo, effettivamente, S sicuramente no, forse A.
最後まで起きてられたぜ。
私はようやく思い出した。この冬を溶かすようなそなたへの熱い愛を。
君こそが私の運命の人。もう二度と離さないぞ。
Quindi l'eroina aveva una gemella, c'è poi stato un triangolo amoroso, qualche scherzo con una vendetta.
面白かったな。
Ah, però rango S. Finalmente la bontà, interessante. Ah già, perché c'è anche un achievement per far salire al massimo tutte le personalità di casting. Ah, che ti piaceva di roba buona. Il plot twist me l'avevo rapito. Ah. Io che pensavo l'avrebbe odiato. Ma dimentico che è una donna in un'opera giapponese, quindi ovviamente le piacciono le cose frivole e menense. Sempre lei, cioè che domande? 48 samurai. Ah, qua siamo difficoltà, il primo difficoltà 4. Un film d'epoca sui samurai che racconta la storia di 48 guerrieri scelti dagli abitanti di un villaggio per proteggerli. Completamente monocromatico, può provocare sonnolenza, tenere lontano dalla portata dei bambini. Nel fantastico mondo dei film ho dubbi. Però, qui lo dico, c'è un film prodotto in Corea del Nord da un regista, credo giapponese, rapito da Kim Jong-il apposta per fargli sceneggiare quel film, un monster movie, un kaiju movie, tipo Purgasari mi pare si chiami, una roba. È una figata quel film, è una figata. Anzi, adesso se c'è su Amazon lo prendo, che cazzo. Un film d'azione con dei non l'ho letto. No, dopo. Tutto qui? Tutto qui? Io non so mai quante volte debba schiacciare per farlo andare rapidamente. Vabbè, ma siete veramente dei figli di giapponesi, probabilmente.
Yoshi, 別にいられたね。
Non so come si scrive. Pulgasari. Ok, Pulgasari. No, non c'è il DVD, perché esiste anche il DVD di quel film, è una roba. Io lo devo trovare, dopo guardo su eBay. Merda. No, ce l'ho fatto. Sono butta fuori un gallo. Per forza. Eccoli. Minchia, che bastardi alla fine di questo. Che tutti gli 8 tasti tranne uno. Cioè, di cui uno però era un gallo. Mamma mia. Che infami. L'ultimo gallo. Ah. Beh, questa in teoria, a parte l'ultimo, l'ho fatta perfetta, credo. Film VHS Giappone, quella del no, quanto lo vendono? 64 euro. Li vale, Li vale. Questo è? Ma cos'è? Ah, li elenca tutti proprio. VHS. Il mostro più forte di Godzilla. Minchia. Cacchio, non mi spaventa. Ardore. Ah, quindi ogni film aumenta una cosa diversa. Ma immagino di poterli anche rifare, quindi mi si può grindare così le personalità di casa. Quindi tre film ci mancano, uno con la difficoltà 4 e gli ultimi due la difficoltà 5. Ma mi dice anche le 538 regole dell'amore. Fai un tuffo nel mondo proibito dell'amore in ufficio e scopri come prevalere contro ogni probabilità. E ricorda, alcune donne seguono le regole, altre dettano. Fai un tuffo nel passato e rivivi la nascita di Kisezaki Jinsho. Scopri le origini della città e assisti alla sua trasformazione nella metropoli di Mamma. Edward Testa di Pecora, un lungo documentario che racconta la vita di un uomo con la testa da pecora. Perché sono pontoni, ok. La sua dirompente potenza soporifera ne ha fatto un tocco, cioè. Avanzata potiamo anche nel Giappone praticamente. Ho detto che non ne facevo altri, ma abbiamo ancora 20 minuti.
538のルールを守れば私みたいになれるわ。まずはルールその1。常に可愛い。
Cioè è un film dove
次、ルールその2。写真は斜め45度死守。
No, ma che spettacolo, un film tutto di 538 regole, una delineata dopo l'altra. Regola 4, parlate con la vostra cotta mattino, pomeriggio e sera. Ma io lo farei, ma credo che si romperebbe un po' i coglioni. Non di me che sono una persona interessantissima, ma per parlare in sé proprio probabilmente. Questo farà salire ancora la bontà probabilmente. Nessun gallo? Mamma, due galli insieme. Se siete bastardi. Non so come ho fatto a fare quest'ultimo punto senza errori. Quindi ho detto no, Ruru. Sei Ruru, sì.
なんとか耐えられたな。
Usano i plurali delle parole straniere in katakana in giapponese. Interessante.
ルールその64玉残し積極的に狙っていこう探せ
Che bei consigli, grazie Giappone.
やっぱ映画館って眠くなる。
Ok, sono montoni. Ah, salto subito così, ma per tutto... Mica un tempo solo di assalti, figata. Dai, dai. Ho aspettato un attimo perché temevo ci fosse un gallo nascosto da qualche parte. Adesso l'ho fatta perfetta. Adesso andiamo a fare il soccorso.
ようやくラストシーンだな。
ルールその538結局自分が一番可愛いって信じ込むこと
Banalità, fiera della banalità. Notare, pubblico, tutte donne, Giappone. Io amo tutto di me stessa, amo il fatto che amo l'amore, amo il fatto che... Infatti. Ovviamente pubblico composto da sole donne.
本当にいいもんだな。
Ah, non ho visto cosa mi ha aumentato. Ah, quindi immagino che ogni personaggio abbia dei film preferiti. Per cui fa dei commenti. Quanti soccorsi. Allora, laboratorio romance. Dei commenti un po' più elaborati. Però vabbè, in realtà avendo già maxato... Avendo già maxato il legame con Psycho... abbastanza redundant. Ehi, voi. Mio 5, microfono ingioiellato. Non mi servono i microfoni, cazzo, ma perché non mi sbollano? Cazzo, è possibile che abbiamo 4 lavori diversi e morire, porca puttana, se ci smollano le armi per quei lavori? Cioè, io capisco ogni tanto, però porca misera. Ce ne fosse una volta. Ci fosse una volta. Adesso sarà un altro video in culo che ci metteremo un'ora e mezza. Scusate il francesismo. Ecco appunto. Sei debole al colpo o al... Sei debole alla paralisi, ok. Ma quello giù nel dungeon non era debole alla paralisi. All'elettricità, non era la paralisi. Oh. Vari tipi di vetri. 50.000 yen, un microfono di cui non ci facciamo assolutamente nulla, porca miseria. Abbiamo un po' di carisma, ok. Poi qui. Quindi Koreatown. Ah già, dobbiamo anche trovare i gatti. Ce la posso fare. Devo finirlo sto gioco. Poi mi tengo un salvataggio e le side quest me le faccio per i fatti miei. Oppure faremo più avanti, chissà, forse una live per finire le side quest. Forse è il gioco stesso che, come molti JRPG, ti riporta a prima del boss finale, però con la possibilità di, forse facciamo meglio andare a Psycho quella, di fare le side quest. C'è anche il New Game Plus effettivamente, ma onestamente bisogna vedere se serve a qualcosa al di là di farlo una difficoltà più alta, che però martello chiodato no, perché non siamo un supervisore. Però lui forse non ce l'abbiamo, perché uno tatuato così... ah no, capo tribù mi suona familiare, quindi mi sa che ce l'abbiamo. Ma vediamo, forse no, eh. No, sono più bravo io a prendere a pugni la gente, che credi? Eh no, se mi dice già le debolezze credo che... Bravissimo! Ah, non l'ho visto, non l'ho preso. E niente, anche se i due soccorsi sono stati abbastanza inutili. Però siamo a 133 punti in teoria adesso. Altro? Adesso sono rotti i coglioni. Per chiudere, Ok, oh, e ci voleva. Che cazzo ne so. Praticamente i fazzoletti si possono ottenere solo alla pedalata. Però, cioè, adesso lo so. E questa è una quest, tra l'altro, che va avanti. Non è che ce n'è solo una. Ora, dovrei già poterne scambiare alcuni. Quei punti che ho ottenuto nelle varie volte che ho fatto la pedalata. Dovrei.
Yo, 新入り買い物か。
In totale me ne servono... Ok, già fatto. Quindi adesso andiamo a farli. Quindi il primo è a Makita Park. Vabbè. Questo ha tutto un senso. Oh, che bello poter finalmente completare questa cappero di... Cioè, iniziare, completare questa prima. Mamma mia, i frame però. Ah no, già che l'è entrata dall'altra parte. Dai, minchia, cosa siamo nel 95 che gli alberi sono quadrati?
こいつでよかったか。ご利用ありがとうございました。
Costipazioni in stazione. Approvo. Quindi stazione di Ginnai. Arrivo, non mi sto ignorando. Ok, dicevamo. Costipazione in stazione. Immagino di dover entrare, a meno che siano questi bagni, no. Ci devo entrare dentro qua e poi andare a sinistra? Non so. Ma... No, allora sono tipo i bagni... E qui non mi fa andare. No, ecco, vedi, sei qua. Credo. Qui a destra? Forse. Vorrei non... no. Ok, qua, perfetto. Mi devo davvero pestare? Ne ho comprati 21 perché dicono che per la quest, per tutte le quest te ne servono appunto 21 in totale. Sì, per questa che almeno... Ah, l'ultra punk non ce l'avevamo. Ottimo, ottimo. fai questo. Um,
これが必要なんだろ
sempre lui, cioè è fantastica sta cosa. Grosso intoppo a Chinatown. No, guarda che io sono particolarmente sensibile a questa problematica perché ho avuto brutte esperienze in passato. Oggi mi ha solito bug del cacchio. Emergenza! Burgo misterioso. Terza volta che si fosse adesso rivolgerti a un
こいつでよ
esorcista.
かったか
Dicono non ci sia 2 senza 3, speriamo che non esista un 4. Ma... Anello del potere. No, aspetta, il tizio qua lo faccio fuori perché i tizi solitari sono sempre... Ah no, sì, che solitari, come ho detto. Qua, quindi Tsurukame Highway. Ecco, almeno finiamo questa come degna conclusione. Oh, me lo sentivo che non mi trovo a toccare. Mi guiderà verso pascoli puliti. Sono un eroe, non un portafazzoletti. 5 pacchetti di fazzoletti.
これが必要なんだろ
Ma scusa, perché ogni volta gliene servono di più? Ho creduto in te, mi sono pure inginocchiato e ho pregato. Per me tu sei il benefattore del bagno, il custode della carta, il salvatore dello sciacquone.
またのご
Fino al collo. Brutto nome per una missione. Izaki Road. In effetti l'espressione vuole appunto che sia essere fino al collo in una determinata sostanza organica, nefitica. Oh. Aia. Allora rifiniamo Final Fantasy 8 per forza, perché 3 ore come non finirlo. Farmare, farmiamo fast. Avrei voluto finire Yakuza oggi, ma visto che mancava un'ora, ecco, facciamo un po' di side. E dov'è di sopra? Forse. Yes. Come può una catena di ristoranti ispezionata spesso e gestita da multinazionali che fatturano miliardi di yen annui dimenticarsi di mantenere scorta di bagni? La carta igienica non sarebbe fatta uno per l'altro. 10 pacchetti, sti cazzi.
こいつでよかったか
Dammi dagli orecchini con diamanti. Nel momento dei bisogni. Fatto che mi lavoravo fin sotto le unghie prima di stringerti la mano. E gli orecchini con diamanti però sono interessanti. Perché dovremmo darmene 2 di... più 40 di cure? Sti cazzi! Abbiamo finito, cioè, invece che sempre mangiamo, va che... Ho fatto quei 2 o 3 soccorsi.
いらっしゃいませ。
anche i discorsi di tutti.
ありがとうございました。
Ah, non avete finito questo, ok. Sorry. Ho fatto un po' tutto. Il karting non ho ancora capito come cazzo si sblocca. Dopo adesso magari mi guardo come si sblocca al finale del kart. Che mi sembra strano che non possiamo... Andiamo solo a controllare Hamaki Park. No, vedi, devo combattere Jin. Però Jin mi ha detto, guarda, c'ho casini, ti chiamo io. E invece mi ha costato il bastardo. Vabbè, dai, per oggi ci fermiamo qua e la prossima volta, presuppongo, lo finiremo. Allora, anche perché tanto abbiamo sia giovedì che venerdì a questo punto, se Final Fantasy non lo finiamo domani. Allora, per chi c'è vi saluto, vi auguro buonanotte, o buona continuazione di serata a seconda, e ci si vede domani con Final Fantasy 8. Ah no, prima alle Second Heretic Texture Pack che lo proviamo, e poi alle 9 con Final Fantasy 8. A domani, buonanotte.